Welcome to Gaslands Garage. I'm Wild Bill. It's great to have you. This is our first episode ever. And we're going to cover a pro tip today. So, going through Facebook, and one of the big questions today was, where do you get your diamond plate for your builds? And a whole bunch of answers came to that question. I'll raise my hand here. Me. I had one too. But I felt that I didn't do it justice. You know, it was just too difficult to talk about how to and all this, and give somebody vision through the keyboard. So gave me inspiration to do this pro tip for you. I've been telling you guys to save these for a little while now, and they come in handy for a lot of different things, tons and tons of different things. But one of the big things is just what we're talking about today, diamond plate. This here gives you, in scale, basically a 4x6 sheet of material in the 1/64 scale. So that's a lot of material if you think about it. I mean, we buy sheets of plywood in 4x6, so not too shabby to have. And you know what? They're free. Get them off of a loaf of bread. Whenever you go to throw away your bread, don't chuck that. These little guys are gold, I'm telling you. So we've got that saved, and that's just, you know, one element of this build. The next element that we're going to get into is a product that I found walking through Walmart with my wife. I saw this material in their craft section, and I said, wow, that's kind of a cool, like, mesh. And, you know, ideas started popping through my head, and I thought, you know, man, I gotta get some of this stuff. And my wife looked at it, and she said, well, that's not mesh, it's called Tulle. And I was like, Tulle? And she said, like, yeah, it's spelled Tulle, Tulle. And I said, well, Tulle is cool, but in my book, and I gotta get some. And so we asked one of the people in the craft section there to help us out, and that individual was kind enough to cut us off a sheet of the roll that they had. Now this stuff comes folded up in and it's 6 feet when you unfold it, 6 feet wide. I had gotten half a yard, so 1.5 feet of the material, and so I got this big sheet of this stuff. And you know, I mean, here it is. I'll just bring it on the scene here, and show you. You know, there it is. I mean, this is a whole lot of this stuff. Let me get it up close so you can see. Check that out. You know, it's not walking too well. There we are. You can see that it's got a diamond. There you go. A diamond texture to it, and you know, the shadows that are going to be generated from this texture are going to be right in the same wheelhouse as that diamond plate, and that's what I'm after. I mean, texture gives you that illusion to the eye that we're looking for. So, you know, that material, the best part about this, we already talked that this was free. I'm going to bring this up for you. Let's scan it. Beep. There it is. Look at that, right there. There's my half a yard, as I said. Look at that price, 49 cents. So 49 cents got me a whole ton of Tulle. If you think about, you know, how long that's going to last me in Gaslands builds, it's a whole lot of stuff. So a great price too, 49 cents, free. You're going to cut off a piece the same size, well, maybe a little bit bigger than this, so you can see this is going to last me forever. And this is how we're going to work this, to make our diamond plate. We're going to take this here and this here, and we're going to get them together. How we're going to do that? Not rocket science, super glue science, right there. We are going to take a bead of super glue, squeegee it on with a toothpick, however you want to do it. I mean, it's your little world of super glue, and you can super glue as you want because you're the super gluer of your project. So knock yourself out. I will tell you this: you want a thin layer though, but you want a layer that's not so thin that it's going to dry out before you get a chance to put this and get it laid on there just the way you like it. On the other side, you don't want so much that you got big glops of this stuff that dry up and it doesn't give you the effect you want. There is a balancing act to this, but here's the thing. This doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and developing the technique and the skill for it is going to give you so much diamond plate in the long run. Why wouldn't you try it? I mean, seriously, why wouldn't you try it? So we're gonna get the bring this up to the camera here. See where we're at now? All right, that's gonna lay on there nice and flat, and it's gonna get stuck down there with the super glue, and you're gonna get that shadowing of a diamond pattern. Right? There's also another use for this, and we'll get into that in another session. This isn't a one-trick pony, right? Not a one-trick pony. I'll give you a key word here: stencil. All right, but that's for a future episode. But yeah, there we are. I mean, we're already. I know that you guys can start to see this coming together, right? Now, once you get that stuck down and the glue's all dry and you're happy, and you may, let me backtrack just a bit. You may have to revisit a little bit of your tool not being stuck down because the glue dried a little bit. Just go ahead and tap some glue in there and get it stuck down. It's easy, but you may have to go back and put a little bit more glue on if you got a piece that's lifted up. So where do you go from there? Well, right here. You're going to go out into your backyard, you're going to go into your spray booth, however you do your priming of your miniatures that you've grown accustomed to, and we're going to black bomb our faux diamond plate. All right, with the rattle can. Shake that thing up, give this a good blast, and that's what you got right there. Check that out. Are we not seeing it? This is just prime too. You got to figure, you guys have some phenomenal, I mean, absolutely, you guys blow me away with some of the stuff that I see you guys doing. I mean, I'm not too shabby myself at painting, but it is so cool that I get to be in the community with you guys, and we share so much of the goodness that we all do. So I know you guys have vision in how to play with that texture, right? Dry brush, to where you can really take that because this has got that raised. I keep wanting to say mesh, but it's got that tulle texture on there, and you could dry brush on there and really, like with a say a gunmetal or something like that, give it a metal grate look, like something you'd see on a walkway, catwalk kind of thing. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that would be a good look. Another thing, the standard grunged up rust look would also look real good with that. So because you know you'd have areas where the paint and rust texture would pool. So yeah, I mean, go ahead, knock it out of the park. I know you guys can. You know, that's part of the reason why I didn't really paint this, because I wanted you guys to see the vision versus me painting it and seeing only one version of it. Creativity comes from that imagination, and I know in just giving you a glimpse at it, you know, your wheels are already turning. I know mine certainly are. So you can take this. What can you do with this? I got this. What is this? This is the Aristorat. Cool Gaslands car too. If you're thinking about putting something on the table, the Aristorat. Now I ruined it because everybody's going to want to go out and buy Aristorats, and I'm never going to be able to find any of them. So yeah, don't buy Aristorats. No, go ahead, buy Aristorats. Seriously, they're really cool. They got a lot going on for them. A lot of good flat surfaces, and you can do things like this here. Take our diamond plate that we created, put it on the back, and you've got yourself. There you go. You got yourself a gun deck on the back. You could mount a turret, you know, sort of a rear-facing turret. That would be cool. You could even mount a machine gun to the back there, and you got a little well where somebody could be standing shooting that machine gun if you wanted. Additions to this diamond plate can be put up on the roof like so, right? And you've got some armor for your roof. You can take this, cut to fit. You know, you do a little trim work, and you've got yourself armor for your front windshield. You know, obviously you're going to want to cut a little slit in there so your driver can see, but that would be cool. You could put it on the side windows. Again, armoring, giving your car occupants protection. You could armor up the doors, right? You could even bring it to the front and put it on the bonnet or the hood, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are in your part of the world. And you could armor up your engine compartment, you know, keeping your engine nice and safe. So yeah, let's just look at this for example. This piece here will give you the front, that side. Let me get you on camera here a little bit. The front windshield, a side, and then you flip it over, and you got the other side. All right, so you can get complete coverage of all the windows with that one little piece. You know, if you had two pieces, you know, then you're getting into all the windows being covered and a back gun mount. Again, a lot less expensive than buying that styrene diamond plate. So, you know what? Take it for what it's worth. It's almost free to try it. You know, why wouldn't you try it? I don't know. You got super glue. I'm sure. You got the black paint. You know, I mean, if you don't, I'd be surprised. You probably got a car that you can play with. The only thing that you're gonna have to really do is, unless you had your wife's into crafting and she has some of that tool laying around, jump in your car, go to your craft store, spend a little bit of money, and pick you up some of that tool. It does come in various colors. I used a white. You know, to me, the reason I went that direction with it was I felt that the white could be painted in any color. They had all different kinds of colors. This stuff is used in costumes and dresses and stuff like that. So they have a full complement of colors, you know, even fluorescent colors. Some a little outrageous, but you know, and that stuff wouldn't necessarily play well with paint. I figured I'd just go with the white, and then from there it's going to be friendly to whatever color I put on that. Black was also an option, but I felt like, you know, sometimes black, if you know anything about colors, there's opaque colors and there's transparent colors. Like a yellow, for example, is a transparent color. That's why it takes like several coats to paint something, because you get an undercoat shining through. So, you know, I shied away from the black just because if there was a transparent color that I wanted to paint it, it would give me some grief. So white's the way to go in my book. Your individual mileage may vary. If you're in the neighborhood, go ahead and subscribe. You know, the YouTube neighborhood is what I'm talking about. That way, when we kick out some new videos, you get a notification and you know to stop by. Love to have you in the garage. If you like this video, I know it's my first and probably didn't do the best of jobs, but you know what? It's my first one and I can only get better from there. So please keep coming back. Subscribe, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. It shows me that, you know, you guys are enjoying what I do. Future build, the Scorpedo is going to become a Scorpion, is what I'm going to call it for the Gaslands. This is an exciting build for me. It's a funky little car, and I've got some crazy inspiration that drove me to do this in Gaslands. And I think it's going to be a fun build that we can do together, and you can then go find your own Scorpedo, because they are out there. Such an unusual car. They're usually sitting in the dump bins in Walmart and Target, and you can find them pretty easily. So I think this car is going to be fun to play with. So look forward to seeing you in the future. And hey, if you're out in the Gaslands and you're pushing your cars around, remember guys, maximum carnage is always the way to go. Thanks again. See you soon.